John, when you decided to get out of the plumbing, out of estimating, like what did that look like for you? How did you design that for your life, or did you just
So I had,
go out and play?
yeah, I mean, like I said, I had a lot of great mentors who really kind of showed me different pathways. So getting out of the field was pretty easy, for the most part. Getting into the business side of things came pretty natural for me, and then that really just kind of grew. And thankfully, I had mentors that really kind of guided me along the way and grew my career into the chief estimating position I was in for quite a bit of time with a big plumbing firm in New York. But it was really COVID that kind of changed my ways a little bit. I gotten sick a couple years back. It was a cancer scare that kind of changed my life a little bit and how I looked at things and how I looked at my work and slowing down, not taking things so seriously, not chasing the almighty dollar for the rest of my life, spending more time with family, things like that. So I started
Mm,
slowing down a little bit in the plumbing world, just a tad, figuring I could re-educate, retool, and maybe do something else in the future. And then COVID hit, and I was asked to join the group at New York Presbyterian, and I was in charge of 9 hospitals out there during the COVID emergency, running medical gases and plumbing programs. So it was a crazy experience working out there. So it was kind of the only time I've ever been on the owner side. I've always been, they've always been my client. I've always done a lot of hospital work throughout my whole career, but I've never actually been on the owner side. I've always left the product and got out the door. This was a whole new experience. So I learned about a whole new world that exists in terms of regulatory compliance and basically talking about how much plumbing affects people's health and safety. So I've always done the work, right? Doing the work is one thing, building the buildings is one thing. But when you start talking about the ramifications it could have and how people can get sick, or prosper rather, some people don't have water or some people don't have sanitation at all. And so having these things, just kind of baked into the process kind of gave me a bit of a, give me, like I stepped out. I stepped that 30,000 foot out and just kind of looked at my career and said, this is, plumbing is bigger than this, obviously. And I'm seeing it now. And it probably took that COVID experience of going into something I was a bit of an unknown, for me to kind of look at it that way. But yeah, and then that was once the emergency ended, I decided I was going to move down to North Carolina and start over with my family. And thankfully, I got hooked up with the International Association of Plumbing and Mechanical Officials, and now I got this job, and it's fantastic. I really love what I do here. So I work 80% of the time at home, and 20% I'm on the road. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a big learning experience. It's got me in front of a lot of people around the country.
mm.
Yes, I'm just keep following the path, and like I said, it's a long game. So just when those doors open, walk through them, and shake hands with whoever's on the other side, and just be thankful to have you in the room. So
Awesome. Yeah, it's not a linear path, right? It's zigs and zags,
no,
and
oh yes, sometimes you got to go. Yeah, sometimes you got to go horizontal to go vertical for sure. Yeah, it's part of it.
all right, awesome. We have Martha again. I think this was when Chris was talking.